So the film is kind of, I mean, it keeps being described as a role-reversed version of Very Bad Things, crossed with a gender-swap version of The Hangover and a bit of, Weekend at Bernie's, but without the charm of any of those things. So Scarlett Johansson is this sort of young Hillary Clinton-esque politician who's tied to her mobile all the time. She's getting married, but her old college friends have organised a bachelorette party in Miami. Gillian Bell, Zoe Kravitz, Jana Glazer, and then along comes Kate McKinnon, who is Johansson's new friend, Australian friend, who immediately starts rubbing her old friends up the wrong way because, new friend, but we've been best friends for ages. They get out to Miami where they have rented a glassy apartment. First thing that happens is they meet their new neighbours who appear to be louche and adventurous people played by Demi Moore and Tyrell. Here's a clip.
You're supposed to pick up the keys from the neighbors.
Hi. Sorry, somebody left some...
Oh my goodness. Sorry, we'll come back.
So sorry.
Girls, no, I'm sorry. Let me put something on.
Oh.
Come on in.
Very funny.
Really?
I love it.
Enchanté.
Hello.
Hi. Thank you.
Hi.
Oh. Okay.
What brings you to Miami? Business? Pleasure? The business of pleasure?
Oh,
Wow.
bachelorette weekend. Jess is getting married.
Oh, congratulations. This marriage, will it be open?
We haven't discussed it, but probably closed. Yeah, tightly closed. Well, we're gonna try to keep it down.
Oh, well, we'll try not to.
They're serious.
That's that guy from Modern Family.
Anyway, then they hire a stripper, okay? And the stripper comes over to the apartment, which is a glass apartment, and he bangs his head and dies. And then they've got to get rid of the body.
Is that a bit of a spoiler?
No. I mean, that's the setup, right? They've then got to get rid of the body because disposing of a dead stripper's body is a huge comedy staple. And you know that the movie is...
Is there actually a comedy staple?
It's a comedy staple, yeah. You know the movie is too chicken to actually follow the story through to anything that doesn't, let everybody off the hook. You also know that it's too crass. It's trying too hard to sort of be, we're kind of gender-reversed version of The Hangover. But the biggest problem with it is this. There is an absolute and complete lack of chemistry between the main friends. It's not just that you don't believe that they've been friends forever and they have all these, ticks and quirks and history. It's that you don't even believe that they've met each other before. And as a result of that absolute absence of chemistry, which is odd because individually these are perfectly accomplished performers who, we know, can be smart and funny. The film just lies there like the corpse that is at the centre of the story and just festers its way through this staggeringly unfunny. I mean, I'm not angry about it because at the very beginning, I was sitting next to Simran and there was a joke in the first minute or something and she chuckled slightly and I chuckled slightly and I thought, actually, this may be okay. Because if you remember, recently I went to see Bad Moms and I really loved it. Really, really loved it. And Girls Trip is out in cinemas. I haven't seen that. People say it's really good. People have been comparing this to Girls Trip because there have been reviews because obviously people have seen it in America. But it's just lacking in any form of spark or chemistry at all. It seems like the most corporate version of this story, which is just, it has no personality. And because it's basically meant to be about a group of people who were together and then are grown apart and then they're back together again, and suddenly they're faced with this thing and it's, it's black comedy, but no, because you don't ever believe that they are any of them. And I'm not saying that when you're doing comedy, you have to, believe, Robert De Niro style or, Katharine Hepburn in the characters. What I'm saying is you have to believe in the relationships between characters. And as a key example of the utter shoddiness of the writing, there is a subplot which involves the fiancé of Scarlett Johansson discovering that something's happened and he needs to drive to Miami in order to be with her. And he needs to drive to Miami in a nappy. And the setup of why he has to be in a nappy is so shoddily, perfunctorily, awkwardly, clumsily, badly put together. It's almost like they've just decided it'll be funny if he's driving in a nappy. How are we going to make that work? And then they simply haven't bothered to... And I'm sitting there thinking, okay, I'm actually now concentrating on the fact that the film hasn't adequately established why this character is wearing a nappy And actually, that's what I'm getting cross about, because there's nothing else to detract me. It's rubbish. It's really disappointing rubbish. And I did see it under fine circumstances in a fine theatre that more than excelled in terms of presentation. And I thought it was an utter clunker. I know I'm not the target audience. I know that 9:45 in the morning is not the right time to see it, but I think there's a reason why it wasn't thrust upon the UK critics, with all the enthusiasm that one might expect from a movie that they thought might actually go on at good reviews. It's a stinker.